Otis culture, fashion and craft.
Hello everyone, you're welcome to Otis Culture. In today's tutorial, I will be showing us on how to cut and sew this fashionable sleeve. It is very easy to make. This is a shirt dress. I've already made a detailed tutorial on how to sew a female shirt dress. If you scroll through my channel, you will see a picture of this shirt dress that I'm wearing. I made a step-by-step guide for beginners on how to achieve this type of shirt dress. It is very easy to make. I'm going to put the link in the description box below. What I did on this shirt dress that I'm wearing is the same thing that I did here. So I don't want to make the video to be too long by repeating what I've already taught previously. So that is why today's tutorial is only on the sleeve. So before I continue with the tutorial, I want to say a very big thank you to all my subscribers. I really appreciate you all. And if you are yet to join the family, all you need to do is to click on the red button down below to subscribe to my channel. It is absolutely free. And also click on the notification bell beside the subscribe button and select the all options so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified. So without further ado, let's move right to the tutorial. I have my fabric folded into two for the left hand side and for the right hand side. This is for the left hand side and this is for the right hand side. I'm cutting the two sleeves together. The length of my sleeve for the upper sleeve is 21.5 inches. Then for the band is on fold. I'm going to add this plain fabric to the wrist of the sleeve just to beautify it. The measurements that I have is 1.5 inches wideness by 34.5 inches in length. So I'm going to put this band aside for now and concentrate on this sleeve. After you must have carved out the shape of your armhole, usually we normally slant our sleeve like this, but in this case I'm going to draw a straight line from this point to the wrist. I'm going to pleat this wrist to fit in my wrist measurement. I'm going to show us how to do that shortly. So the next thing to do is for me to cut it out. I'll cut out the back armhole first. I will notch the edge. I will open it up. Positive side are facing each other. Then I'll cut the front armhole. I'll fold it into two. Then I will notch the midpoint at the down part. I will notch the midpoint. I will notch the midpoint at the lower part of the sleeve. I will take the band. I'm going to fold it into two as well and notch the midpoint. I will do the same thing on the other. I will place the two bands on each other. And I will slant it. I will do the same thing on the other side. I want my wrist opening to be 10 inches. So from this midpoint that we notched, I'm going to measure 5 inches on the left side. I'll measure 5 inches on the right. Making it total of 10 inches. I'm going to give it a notch. A little. I'll notch it a little. I'm going to do the same thing on this other band. I'll take my sleeve. At one edge, I'll fold into two. I'm going to sew it to about 5 inches, somewhere here, and I will stop. I will do the same thing on the other edge. I'm going to fold it into two and sew it up to about 5 inches, and I will stop. Let me quickly do that and show us the next step to take. I've sewn it by the side, as you can see. So the next thing to do, I'm going to take the band. This is the midpoint that we notched, and this is my sleeve opening. That is from here to here, from the first notch to the second notch is 10 inches. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it to the positive side. I'm going to place positive side to positive side together at the notch area. I'm going to pin it down. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take to my sewing machine. I'm going to pleat on one side. I'm going to sew a pleat. I'm going to pleat it to meet this first notch. I'm going to pleat it. As you can see, I'll take to my sewing machine. As I sew, I pleat. I sew, I pleat to meet this first notch. I'll make sure that the edge of the upper fabric aligns with the first notch. I'll move to this side. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to sew and pleat. As I sew, I pleat the fabric on the band. Then I'll stop at this second notch. I'll make sure that it stops at the second notch, as you can see. So I'll quickly do that and show us the next step to take. I've sewn it. This is how it looks like. This is the positive side. This is the positive side of the fabric. I'm going to turn it to the negative side like this. Then I'm going to sew half an inch. I'll sew half an inch and stop at this first notch part. I'm going to do the same thing on this other side. This is the positive side. I will turn it to the negative side like this. I'm going to sew half an inch straight down. I'm going to stop at the second notch part. You will see where you notch, you will stop there. You will sew on this other side as well. From the edge, half an inch, following the shape straight to the notch part. I'll quickly do that and show us the next step to take. I've sewn it, as you can see. I stop at this first notch part, then I move to the other edge. I sew following the shape and I stop at the other notch part. So the next thing to do, you will still have this opening. So from this opening, I'm going to turn the sleeve to the positive side. Next thing to do, this other opening, I'm going to fold half an inch at the edge. Then I'll use it to cover the seam. To give it a neat finishing. So I'm going to take to my sewing machine. I'm going to sew a straight stitch. This is the final look. As you can see, it is very easy to make. This is the way it looks like at the inside. It is very neat. So the next thing to do, I'm going to fold it into two. I'm going to sew my seam allowance and stop at this 5 inches. Then I'm going to attach the sleeve to the dress. We've come to an end of today's tutorial. If you find my tutorial helpful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you've not done so. I upload weekly tutorial on my channel. Until I come your way next, please stay safe and remain blessed. Bye.